Welcome to Glintree. After I left my career, I thought the answer to my fatigue was more. More exercise, more vitamins, more productive hobbies. I treated my retirement like a new job, thinking that if I just tried harder, I'd feel energized. And honestly, it just made me even more exhausted. If you watched part 1, you already know why. Our brains aren't broken. They're trapped in what I call high-performance idling. We're burning fuel every day trying to maintain an old identity we don't even need anymore. I had to learn the hard way that after 50, energy isn't something you build. It's something you release by letting go of the invisible weight we carry. And today, I'm going to share 8 tiny, almost strange things I started doing that actually worked. Small, sensory shifts you can try right now in the next 60 seconds to wake your brain up and feel alive again. Before we get into the list, if you're looking for a place that values peace over pressure, hit subscribe to Glintree. We're building a community of people who want to live lighter, not busier. 1. Creating the one-roll day. When we worked, our days had 100 roles. Now, just give your day one tiny purpose. It could be as simple as, today is the day I fix that one loose drawer, or today is the day I walk to that bakery I always drove past. When you give your day a name, your brain stops drifting and starts moving. It's not a chore. It's a gift you give to your afternoon. That first shift sets the stage for the next small actions that whisper to your brain, you're safe, you're enough. 2. The fancy soap reset. When I first quit my job, I'd reach for a third cup of coffee whenever I felt that 3 p.m. slump. It never worked. Now, I do something different. I go to the bathroom and wash my hands with this Aesop hand wash I treated myself to. It's woody. It's fresh, and I don't just rinse. I really take a moment to breathe in the citrus and the cedar. Your olfactory sense is a direct hotline to your brain's emotional center. In those 30 seconds, I'm not a retired professional or someone with a long to-do list. I'm just a person enjoying a beautiful scent. It tells my brain, the stress is over. You're safe. You can breathe. It's a much faster wake-up call than any caffeine. 3. The infinity focus. Our world after 50 has become very small. We stare at phones, books, and TVs. This actually strains the brain. Now, 3 times a day, I go to my window and look at the furthest thing I can see. A distant tree, a cloud, the horizon. By stretching your focal point to infinity, you're literally telling your optic nerve to relax. That stretch to infinity doesn't just relax your eyes. It quiets the mental chatter that's been running all day. 4. The guest cup ritual. We all have those beautiful teacups or glasses we save for special guests. They sit in the back of the cabinet, gathering dust, waiting for a perfect moment that rarely comes. But after I resigned, I realized something. I am the guest now. I started reaching for my favorite mug, the one I bought on a Paris trip years ago. It used to be too nice for daily use, but now I use it for just a regular glass of water or a morning tea. That sip feels like a small victory, a moment that says, I am here, fully alive, and I deserve this joy. That tiny act of self-respect sends a powerful signal to your subconscious. I am worthy of beauty, even when I'm not producing anything. 5. The face release. I didn't realize how much I was still wearing my expert mask until I looked in the mirror. My jaw was tight. My brow was furrowed. So, I started doing this. I scrunch my entire face toward my nose as hard as I can for 5 seconds. Make the ugliest face possible, and then pop, I let it all go. It releases the tension we carry from trying to look composed or dignified all day, and the tension melts. like a mini reset for your entire day. 6. The deep listening session. We usually have music or the TV on as background noise. But try this. Pick just one song you love. Close your eyes. Don't do anything else. Just listen for the breath of the singer or the vibration of the strings. For those 4 minutes, your brain gets to stop processing information and starts processing beauty. It's the easiest meditation you'll ever do, and it feels like your mind is finally taking a deep exhale. 7. The Spacemaker Routine. This was my biggest breakthrough. Most people think a routine means a packed schedule, but for me, it started with a not-to-do list. I'd write down things like, "Today I will not reply to emails immediately," or "I will not feel guilty for sitting on the porch." Then, I'd physically crumble that note and throw it in the trash. By tossing those imaginary obligations away, I finally had the space to build a routine that actually mattered. It wasn't ambitious, just a simple morning reflection or a 15-minute afternoon hobby. These small moments started to feel deliberately alive again. Your brain thrives on direction and small wins, and this Spacemaker routine gives you both. You aren't just filling time, you're choosing exactly what your time is worth. 8. The No Judgment Zone Hour. This is about reclaiming your freedom. Create a no judgment zone for 1 hour a day. For decades, you were judged by your performance at work or your role as a parent. Now, give yourself 60 minutes where you are allowed to be unproductive. Paint poorly, sing off key, or sit in a park and do absolutely nothing. When you give yourself permission to fail or be useless, the heavy weight of face and expert identity we talked about in part 1 finally starts to dissolve. You'll be surprised how much energy returns when you stop trying to look like you have it all together. The common thread in all of these is permission. Permission to be an amateur. Permission to be unproductive. Permission to just be. When I stopped trying to fix my fatigue and started releasing the pressure, my energy came back on its own. You don't need to do more. You just need to give your brain a reason to move again, and sometimes that reason is as simple as the smell of a lemon or the feel of a cool floor. If even one of these resonated with you, pause and try it now. Go wash your hands with that nice soap or listen to your favorite song. Then, come back and tell me in the comments how it felt. I read every single one of them because we're in this transition together, and your small wins inspire others too.